assistant coach Mike Edwards to talk about that tournament. Good morning, Mike.
Morning. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Excellent.
You out the field already, getting things lined up and everything?
Yeah, man. We've been out here since about 6 o'clock this morning, getting the field prepared. The weather hasn't been cooperating all that much, but we're ready to go.
Just get a couple bags of field dry out there.
Yeah. The grounds crew's done an outstanding job for us. They've been out probably even before 6 o'clock before I got here, and it's been a collective effort from a bunch of kids in our baseball program, from the grounds crew, athletic director, trainer. I mean, everyone's chipped in. So,
Mike, tell us about this tournament. Give us a little bit of background. I know it's kind of become one of the really popular tournaments in South Jersey. You're going into your 5th year of this now, and really some great matchups. It's kind of become one of the great early season tournaments in South Jersey.
Yeah, we started it, like you said, 5 years ago. I lost my mother to cancer back in 2004. She passed away from ovarian cancer. Our head coach dealt with his own personal issues with his father and his wife. So we've had some intimate, experiences with cancer within our program. And we kind of put our heads together and decided we were going to do something to try to give back. The American Cancer Society and a bunch of other organizations, do so many things to help the families and the loved ones of these people that are affected. Like I said, I have personal example stories that would take days to tell about all the things that people did for us, my father and my family and things like that. And we figured baseball would be a great forum. We like you said, we've had some really good matchups. We've had really good baseball, and we've really kind of taken it to a whole new level. And like you said, it's become a pretty big event, and we're really proud of it.
I'm sure it's been pretty easy to get teams, with the reputation that Millville has as a great baseball program, and a program that really does things well and does things the right way. And obviously you're getting some of the top teams in South Jersey. Cherokee versus Mainland today at 11. Bishop Eustace versus Gloucester Catholic at 1:30. Then a really neat 4 p.m. game, Kingsway versus Buena Regional. You're starting things out with Bridgeton and Gateway today at 8:30. And, you guys playing tomorrow versus Cherry Hill East. You're talking about the Prep versus Washington Township, Atlantic City Glassboro finishing things up tomorrow. What's kind of the criteria in selecting these teams? How do you go about trying to fill these games? And because obviously you want to get as many fans out there as possible, and I'm sure some of these teams are pretty big draws when you're talking about teams like Cherokee, Prep, Washington Township.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we started this thing, as the coaching fraternity is a pretty tight-knit group, and we have great relationships with a lot of the coaches from around South Jersey, including the teams in our tournament. And, when we got it out there, we just kind of reached out to a handful of teams, and at least initially it was kind of first come, first serve. And then from there, it's just kind of taken off, and the teams that have been in it for multiple years have expressed an interest in returning. And we've had other programs that have reached out in the meantime to be a part of it. And, we've kind of even developed even a little bit of a waiting list, if you will.
Right.
Teams are really, really excited about being a part of this because it is a great event. It is a great cause. So many people are affected. A lot of these teams, they come out and it's very personal for them. Once the first pitch is thrown, it's all baseball. But after that, man, it's like I said, it's very personal for a lot of these coaches and players and fans, and so it's kind of taking care of itself as far as reaching out and getting these teams signed up. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort on our part.
Talk about your players a little bit. I mean, it's got to be a really neat weekend for them. They kind of get to hang around the field all day long today and tomorrow and get to see some of these teams. I'm sure they know a lot of these guys from travel leagues, and they get to see some great baseball throughout today and tomorrow. And just being around the game like that, it's so cool. I used to love tournaments, playing in tournaments, and just being around the tournament atmosphere. You get to see teams warming up. You kind of get to pal around with some of the guys that have the next game, and even teams stay around a little bit after the games that they play. So it's kind of a neat atmosphere.
Sure, our kids have taken a great deal of ownership in this tournament. Same type of thing. I mean, we don't have to do a whole lot to motivate these kids to come out. They know it means a great deal to us as a staff and to, South Jersey baseball community in general. We had a group of kids do a little public service announcement yesterday at the high school. I didn't even know they did it. They did it without even my knowledge, and a little surprise for me. And they come out, they spend the entire day out here. They create playlists for music in between games. They announce the games. They help sell T-shirts. They do everything, and they're obviously very excited about it. They come in, get a little workout in this morning, and then they'll be all over the place. And I can't thank them enough for what they do. And like I said, we don't even really have to ask. It's just one of those things where especially the seniors now that have been a part of this for a couple of years, they kind of take these guys and they say, hey, this is what's expected of us over the weekend, and they take ownership and they run with it. And like I said, as far as what we have to do to get them out here, it doesn't take a whole lot. These guys are really proud of what we have going on here.
Talk with Mike Edwards, assistant baseball coach, Millville High School. Coaches versus Cancer tournament all weekend, 4 games today, 3 games tomorrow. Coach, also got to be a cool thing for some of your younger guys, the freshmen and sophomores, the guys on the JV team. They get to kind of be around all this varsity teams and see great players and great teams, and that's got to be a motivating factor to say, hey, I'm going to work my butt off. I want to be part of this varsity program and be one of these guys who gets to play in this game, next year or the year after.
Sure. I mean, it means a lot. We've had our freshman kids actually got the day off from a workout today. And in lieu of that, they've been out here since about 7 o'clock this morning, and they come in shifts, and they've been really working hard. And you said it great. I mean, they take ownership. They watch the seniors, they watch the upperclassmen, the varsity guys, and how much it means to them, and they just follow right in line. And we couldn't really ask for a whole lot more. I mean, I'm just sitting here as we speak, just watching the guys. I mean, it's like a beehive out there. There's guys everywhere. Just working their tails off, and it's really special for them too.
I'm sure you have plenty of other people getting involved, parents, and maybe even some other athletes from the school. There's a lot to do out there. You have all kind of stuff set up, like you said, selling T-shirts and all kind of other stuff. And just talk about the effort it takes to put this on, from the administration on down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's you come out here, it's 7 games over the course of 2 days. But really, the process starts back in September. It is a lengthy process. There's, spent a lot of time, working with coaches and sponsors. We have a great deal of sponsors from around the South Jersey community that get involved by donating money and products and this and that. And, so it is a long process. I mean, we have to finalize things, as early as possible for the other programs that are involved. And like you said, the community, we have, body armors out here. We have a baseball academy that's come today, and ESPN will be out here doing a little promotion for us. And so as far as lining all them up, it is a long process, but it's a very rewarding process when it comes together on Saturday and Sunday. And we're very fortunate that the community around us has also kind of taken to this.
Mike, I wanted to ask you real quick about Mike Trout. Obviously, we were talking earlier in the show about a real nice gesture he made for a kid at ACIT, sending him an autographed bat, an Angels blanket. Here's a special needs student in a wheelchair who's just a huge baseball fan and a huge Mike Trout fan. And, they had a press conference at the school kind of celebrating him and getting this bat and everything. And just the look on this kid's face was just priceless. And I was telling Cole, our producer, I asked Jacob, what's it like to get a bat from Mike Trout, and he just said it's legendary. So, I mean, that kind of shows how teenage boys around here view Mike Trout. And you've known Mike Trout for most of his life, I'm sure. So
sure.
Talk a little bit about just the kind of guy he is and how much he does for South Jersey baseball, even little stuff like that where, he's not looking for a lot of recognition to send this kid a bat. It doesn't take a lot from him, but to see the impact it makes on a kid like that is just incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I'm sure there's lots of stories out there like that about Mike. And one of the things that we've always said since the time Mike was here was, as good of a baseball player as he's turned out to be and was in high school and so on, he's even a better person. And he's done so many things, even down to he provides some cleats and turfs for our student athletes. here in the baseball program. He comes out. Him and Aaron Cox, who's now with the Angels organization as well, has also done a great deal. They've signed some stuff to be auctioned off for today to help raise money. Mike's done an outstanding job as far as anything we ask for, anything. And I say that, and normally we don't even have to ask. He asks us, hey, what can I do? He really does have a great impact on South Jersey baseball. As an assistant coach here at Millville, usually in the first inning, as soon as I head out, coach first base, the first question is, hey, did you coach Mike Trout? And so there's absolutely a great deal of excitement. And, we're really fortunate that he happened to go to this high school, and we get to kind of just enjoy the ride. And he's just, you can't say enough good things about Mike. And like I said, Aaron Cox as well, he's climbing the ranks a little bit, and he's done a great deal. They take a lot of pride in this program and South Jersey baseball in general. It means a lot to them, and I think it always will.
Good stuff, Mike. Appreciate you taking a few minutes. Enjoy a great weekend of baseball out there at Millville.
All right, great. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thanks, Mike. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, take care.
That was Mike Edwards, assistant baseball coach at Millville.